Welcome back to Combat Mission. Battle for Normandy. We are heading towards Eterville. If you haven't seen the previous turns and setup, they are available on the channel. Okay, just refresh ourselves on the position. We're heading towards Eterville and Chateau d'Eterville. On the left we have B Company, on the right A Company. B Company's objective is to capture Eterville Church itself. A Company will then pass through the orchard and capture the chateau, and between them they'll capture Eterville, depending on who's in the best state when we reach there. There's some Churchill's in support moving forward. Here we've got what we're going to do here. I don't think there's any gap in this hedgerow. In fact there are a couple of gaps. What I need to do is start bringing these forward. Let's see if I can remember how the controls work. Let's bring him over to that sort of position. I've got 75mm. What I'm going to do here is reorientate myself a little bit. And I'll get the so I'll move through into a reserve position, if I can say it. Now here we're kind of messed up a little bit, because I should really have learned a lesson previously that British infantry do not clear woods very well. The Germans have, certainly in the face of the Germans, because the Germans do have MP40s and LMG 42s, which is going to make life difficult for you. I'm sure I had a section that was badly shot up here, but let's these guys moving forward first. That should be clear, actually. I don't want to be pushing through the through these woods for obvious reasons. We'll just get shot up going through there. But it is important that we clear them to a certain extent in order to make things easier for the probably going to have to wait here for I'm thinking about putting a big pause on this, but by the time, so I don't think that's really going to do me a lot of good. I've got to wait for this road to clear. Do is bring those guys forward and then split off a scout team. Get these, yeah. Get these guys to just get myself organised here. So yeah, this is a B company. Pushing through here. And this is all A company. Have I got that? I just need to get myself organised here. Actually, yeah, things. Getting ahead of myself here. Let's just get these guys organised and I'll think about what's going on over there. Don't need to do much with these pioneers at the moment. They're going to be out of command and control, which is a bad situation that they're in. Get them forwarded there. There's the that's forwarded there. Where's the I can go slowly, I don't need to rush this. Okay, that'll do for those guys. What's the situation here? This is where it got a bit messy. Yeah. I'm not going to let's get these guys across here. Oh, we don't need to be clearing these woods. We're just going to end up getting chewed up trying to do this. So let's get out of here. Swing around, take these buildings. Get ourselves reorganised. Just as long as we've got this right side cleared, we don't need to get involved in a huge fight on that flank. I don't want to be going across this open ground. That's a 75mm. These don't seem to have a forward. In fact, we don't need to look forward on that. Just so we have these guys moving forward here. So work those, once I've got in there, we'll just work them forward. So 6 platoon will work forward along the hedgerow, and 7 platoon going to reserve, taking these buildings, and maybe just screening the flank for the time being. Taking those buildings and screening the flank of these Churchills. There's an awful lot of stuff. I'll leave Eterville Church for these. Maybe actually with A Company, I'll wait until B Company's made more of a push through. These tanks will be in reserve. Bring them forward a little bit to. That's the plan there. Keep those guys in reserve. Now here, it starts to get interesting. There's a HQ section here, but I've already lost one scout team. Kind of leave these guys in place just to screen that flank a little bit. They're basically pinning down these guys. They've moved forward a little bit to try to get eyes on there, but still can't see along here. That kind of worries me. This area is pretty much secure, I think. What I'm going to do is get these two M10s. Forward into a position where we might be able to engage the issue at hand. Actually, I should have clicked that first. Okay, these M10s are equipped with 17 pounder anti-tank guns. The first M10s that were supplied to the British had a gun mount that allowed for a easy upgrade, and that made it easy to fit the 17 pounders. The Americans tended to use the M10s as a kind of a tank hunter, tank killer kind of vehicle, whereas the British tended to use M10s as mobile anti-tank guns. If you look at British experience in North Africa, I think in '42 they kind of realised that when infantry got onto an objective they needed to dig in quickly, and they also needed anti-tank firepower. Because it was the standard German doctrine to put together a scratch force as quickly as possible to remove infantry that had captured their positions. I think it's really something that they developed on the Eastern Front, where they realised that if you didn't get the Russians or the Soviets out of a position that they captured within the first, I think that's it for the centre, in the first 24 hours you would never get them out of that position. So the British realised in North Africa, you have to, once you've captured an objective, infantry needs to be digging in quickly, and that's why you see, in particular in Normandy, you'll see British infantry carrying picks and shovels. That's the reason for that. equipped to quickly dig in. I need to give a little bit of actual proper support for these guys. Oh, there's a... That's wrong. Oh, actually that works. Crikey. One of the problems you've got when you're talking about get these into a position where they can provide some security for these M10s. One of the problems you've got when you're talking about anti-tank guns is they take a lot of time to set up. If you're looking at a 17-pounder gun, for example, it's going to take you about a day to get that moved up and set up. And obviously that doesn't give you a lot of time, because the Germans are going to be counter-attacking as quickly as they can. So the way around that in North Africa was they'd maybe support you with Sherman tanks. So the Shermans would move into the position to provide quick anti-tank firepower, and then the towed anti-tank guns would be brought forward, and the Shermans would basically cover the towed anti-tank guns as they set up. So in normal usage, that's how the M10s would be used. In this instance, when they're in support of Churchill units, they will use much more in the same manner as they would be used by the Americans. So they'll be used more aggressively to hunt down the German armour. The 3-inch gun that you initially get on the M10, which is also referred to as in Commonwealth service as Wolverine, that's a good gun to knock out a Mark 4 or Mark 3 or a Stemgeschütz. But it's not going to be good enough to knock out a Panther frontally or a Tiger frontally or from the side. And that's where the 17-pounder comes in. Much more potent gun. Okay, what am I going to do here? I think that pretty much covers it for movement. Where's the HQ for these guys? Got to be careful here because I don't want to. I've got to give them support. I've got to get these guys forward to back up this. I know there's a HQ in this grass here. Hopefully these M10s are going to give them a bit of cover as they move forward. The objective is to get to that Tiger. I don't think there's anyone who can see it actually. I'm still waiting for this. So I've given it targeting orders, but it keeps coming out of that. I think that pretty much covers it for the time being. So we're still getting some fire here. That should be okay. And then moving up into position there. That should have... yeah, it can actually... well... It's anything in there that opens up. Let's give this a face order. To deploy the weapon. That I think is pretty much it. Just double check what's going on here, because I don't think that should be it. For this sound contact, I think that's the Sturmgeschütz that were knocked out. So I think I'm pretty much disregard that. I just want to be careful with those scouts to see if I can spot anything. But we'll see how this goes. As these M10s move forward, they should be able to get if they do spot anything. In fact, I should have opened them up with hindsight. There's always something you forget to do. It's another good reason to get these guys forward and out of the way that the artillery is dropping. Come on, don't turn your side on. So I don't want them arriving one after the other. Where is this? Where's this M10 going? That is... Thankfully I turned around, that started worrying me there. Ah! They're okay. Keep going, guys, don't stop. Ah! Don't go to ground. Don't go, don't run back. Keep going. That's a worry for those guys. I don't want them to... They're taking a lot of artillery here, but... Ah! You know, it's this is something that it does infuriate me. It kind of wandered all the way to the left, then it went right, and it's much easier just to have driven straight forward, and then you're not presenting your side. It just causes you all sorts of problems when they wander like that. Let's have a look on this flank, see what happened here. So there's plenty of time, just a little bit under an hour, so we can afford to take our time here a little bit. Hopefully these Churchills are going to start picking up the contact. So far we've only got the Pioneers firing at them, which is a kind of surprise. Where's that one going? See, that's what I was afraid of. But you gotta start picking that target. Yay. Finally getting into it. Should be too far range for Panzerfaust, but... Ah, it doesn't sound good. It's these guys further back, but... I picked up a casualty. Hopefully they're not going to bail out of this.
Hold your fire.
No, but I want you to... Just afraid of them keep going forward, don't see there's a guy there with a Panzerfaust, so find him. Sure. Oh, I must have mistaken. I thought it was one of theirs. As long as we can get these guys down. They look as though they're pretty much cowering, so. K, 98k up. Hopefully they're going to get in there without too much more difficulty. What are we doing here? Marine Scout team. Gotta get into that. Well, I suppose what I'm trying to do is screen that flank, get some flanking fire in there, and then allow these guys to pass. Or maybe I could bring up. I've got the reserve back here. These guys are too far back. Hopefully they're not going to be taken on by the Tiger as they move forward to the wheat field. So that could be problematic. I've got to make sure I get these forward properly. Out of sight of the Tiger. I'm going to move this sniper forward, but it is so difficult finding positions they can actually use. Might as well just get this guy forward to, and they're not going to be of much use, I don't think. Here we have the 4th Dorsets HQ. We'll do there, I think. That's 2 section, yeah. I wanted us to move back, but they've gone aground there for some reason. It's not a line of sight. So they're going to have to go an awful long way to get anything out of that. I'll be aware of these units. See what can see that. Still that sharpshooter, but I can't seem to get anything out of that. At this point, let me these opened up just to increase their view. I'm really going to have to advance these guys, and I don't really want to. Yeah, it's just, if that Tiger was a human-controlled one, that would just be dead. I mean, it could kill it frontally anyway, but large counterweight on the back to deal with that huge gun. See, I don't know what's going to be along these trees. There could be anti-tank guns along these trees, and that worries me. I may end up in a situation where I have to wait for the infantry to start really working their way forward. The important thing is I've got these scouts forward. What if these guys are gonna... What's their status there? Quite badly pinned, but nervous. What I want to do with these guys is just keep them under cover and see if we can actually gonna have to move these forward because they're in the open and they're just gonna run into all sorts of issues there unless they're moved. One section's there. And those across. HMG is okay. Do here just my hunt order through there. That I think is that really. I just thought maybe what's that actually? The HQ on that fly. I knew there was a HQ there. What is going on with this? I think it's been pretty badly shot up previously, but obviously not badly enough. Could do these M10s starting to engage it with. Fight that Vickers HMG should be able to open up. Okay guys, you can go to the ground here. We're getting some fire from that HQ. Maybe that's a company HQ, I'm not sure. Now what is that engaging actually? Engaging something further back by the looks of things. Yeah, it's more of our barrage falling. What is that? Yeah, it looks like it's engaging those scouts. Or the scout team from one section. Uh-oh, vehicle of some sort. Let's swing over to this side and see what we've got. Yeah, look at these guys. My guy seems to be. Hold on, what's. We seem to be wiped out there, unfortunately. So those guys are pulling out actually now. They've gotten a bit beaten up there. Oh wait a minute, they are still, yeah. Yay. On the way to nailing these. What is happening here? It's not a vehicle that popped up. Can't we, plenty of ammunition. Can't reach out and touch any of this. Can hit that, so. What am I going to do with that one? So I don't think these can hit anything. I'll have to they're gonna have to be firing straight. Well, they can't even fire straight forward. Let's quick move them forward. And blast through. Section B detachment. And moving forward to try and improve that situation. Get these ready to move forward to. I don't think these have a blast order. Get these into position here with a better position of support. I don't think I need these to blast or anything really. I think we're pretty much covered on that situation. I'm gonna switch these also to this flank. In fact, I better clear that one because and then bring him across. Otherwise that could end badly. Get him in a position to. Got to bring these Churchills forward. Down this road. What's going on here? And they were pretty much just the one with the assault order? Why they stopped that, so... Anything can hit across here now? Of course not. Important to get these forward as well. Quickly be getting into these buildings. Get these a little bit clearance here. A bit of open ground here I want to take advantage of and push through. Keep these guys in reserve for the time being. Shuffling over a little bit because I don't want to get tied up in the woods there. That's going to be really costly. Nothing to really do in the centre here. Still can't get a good line of sight. Get that out of the way. Don't need to get the carriers destroyed. Okay, let me see what we're doing here first and foremost. I don't really need to be getting those any further forward than they are already. I'm surprised I can't well, that should be enough actually. 248 meters, they should chew those up pretty well. Now what have we got here? Just going to clear that. It should be pretty conclusive there. Get these guys up into this corner. Hopefully they'll also be able to deal with that. Don't really need to move these yet. There's a lot of artillery coming down. I don't want to have them out in the open. We'll see how that goes. Spotting, still deploying. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. Deploy 2.2 minutes, so it's going to take them a while to set up, and I don't need to be pushing the scouts for. Ah, there you go, we're getting something. Are they deployed now? Believe so. I should be able to chew those up as long as they keep them spotted. I can get those scouts moving forward to do that. What's happening with these? It's like one guy behind a tree. I can get those 2-inch mortars down, and some of that should also. Yeah, it's taking a lot of incoming fire. I'm not sure which HQ it's going to be. It's got to be a company HQ, I would have thought. Wouldn't imagine it's going to be much more than that. Follow the action through here. So it's this guy's forward in good order. Problem is I don't have any line of sight on that church, I don't think. Can't push him much further forward until I've got that sorted out. Not sure why that should a line of sight issue from that to that, surely. Oh yeah. Come on, that must surely be able to hit that. Line of sight issue. Not sure why it should be able to hit that and that not. doing here? Oh, pretty much going to be right on top of Eterville Church and not be able to hit it, which really negates I know what I'm trying to achieve here. I don't know, it's also 75mm Churchill here. No, it's 57. So it's the yeah. Bit of a gamble there. Went move laterally, but hopefully that's going to blast me down and start moving the Churchills forward. These nuts. I don't know, see how that works out there. To let's hunt with these guys a little bit further forward, see if we can keep that HQ spotted. Good range. Surprised they can't well, they can, so they're not engaging those. Anyway, quickly get rid of this. So a long time ago. There's a working forward through the tall grass. Gradually working forward. Oh, if they've got grenades.
Hello,
yeah, 4 grenades.
Out.
Where the heck did that fall? Yeah, that's not really going to do us a lot of damage there. A lot of black smoke rising from around Eterville. Imagine that's vehicles. Get up onto that hedgerow. These guys are taking a lot of punishment. That's a radio the guy's carrying, so I'm guessing that's a company HQ. Which makes it even more worthwhile to destroy it. Keep popping up. Those 2 inches are going to start landing soon.
Hello, rounds complete. End of mission. Out.
Where's that? That's not. That's a funny feeling it's not going to engage. I don't know why they keep coming out of the road. But look at those fires coming out of Eterville. That's got to be Kubel wagons. There's an awful lot of them burning. Certainly worked Eterville over pretty well. Pretty happy with that. And this building should be worked over pretty well by the time the assaulting infantry get to it. Assuming they can hit it. I'm thinking it says bring those 95mm Churchills in order to deal with Eterville Church, but I might save those for Eterville itself. That's what I'm expecting the hardest defence.
Hello, rounds complete. End of mission. Out.
HMG. Now, when did that pick up, and what was they shooting at? Is he getting shot at by HMG? We really need that HMG to pop up soon so we can engage it. But we're getting shot at pretty bad, I think, here. Yeah, these guys are getting shot at really badly. Okay, let's see, again, we're getting done here for line of sight. Can I area fire anywhere near here? Kinda, sorta. We're getting absolutely done for that HMG, but I can't. I'm just gonna have to area fire there. If I'm gonna target light and see if we can just get through that. I don't like to area target if I'm not with main guns. But these guys are just, they've had it basically. We can't see them, but they can see us. That's annoying. I'd like to have the flank of this Churchill sorted out a bit better, but I just can't do it at the moment. to the position then. So I start working that over. Start hunting forward from there. So get this target light on this hopefully. I can only hope to do a little bit of work pinning them. No, that's not going to get me anywhere there. Just use these to target. Again, just trying to put as much fire down on there as I possibly can and just hope for the best. That looks pretty good. That looks my most promising situation at the moment. Get this set up across here. We did a move forward in support. Getting chewed up here a little bit, but that's what happens when you hit heavy machine guns. Just a shame that I can't get further forward in that position, which is really a problem, or becoming a problem. Can't do a great deal at the moment apart from just keep steadily working forward. Why is this not I need you to hit these guys really hard. I've got plenty of time to work on that, but I've got to before a massive amount of time's passed, I need to start working forward along there. And of course, these can't. I can't see it either, which is a shame. I don't want to. 133, 40. That takes me down to about 80. But even that I can't see there, so. Yeah, there's that HMG off in the distance. Let's see if I can use this to engage those from the rear. Working those forward. That I think covers that for the time being. Tiger's still flying onto these two M10s on the right. Just worried about this HQ ahead having MP40s, or an MP40, which will be all that would be required to give us a lot of issues. See, straight away we've got a casualty. Just can't seem to deal with this. That's a bit unfortunate. There's not an awful lot I can do there. Just keep trying to knock it down. So this company HQ is maybe some sort of support company, I'm not sure. Oh, support HQ, I'm not sure what it could be. Whatever it is, it has a radio, so it's... I suppose it's going to be the forward observer, isn't it? It's going to be... or some sort of observer calling down the fire, quite possibly. Whatever it is, it's tenacious. Do it just 1 2-inch mortar round just falling right on his head like that. Can't keep it spotted long enough to make that really work. What's going on here? If I can use this M10 to engage them from the rear, then we should get them to brake pretty quick, but there's quite a bit of infantry back here, but I can't seem to dislodge them. What's going to be happening there? Alright, back to the beginning on this flank and let's see what's happened. What's going on here? There's a lot of fire going in. Purely aimed at just keeping the heads down. It's done its job really, it's really slowed us down. Switch motor's going a bit long, I think. bolting forward. So far so good on this flank. Or this part of the flank. Let's take it that far. Still can't. Wow, I can hit right across the cloth. How can I do that? Well, that's kind of. Well, it's pleasing to see that we can reach all the way to Eterville. But can't hit that church for some reason. It's that. I'm gonna have to leave that. Let's just work these over. See if I can that last of those buildings there. The job of these guys is just to push down this extreme left flank. Push this forward. What can I do here? Because these guys are really badly shot up, unfortunately. Yeah, they. Pretty ambitious, but I've got to be better at that. I can see that. Sure, these guys are still hitting that hard. Let's go for target. Can't hit that. Start bringing the 95mm Churchills up as soon as we got a bit clear. I don't want to get too congested. Some German infantry a little bit further forward. I know, it's just... we don't need to... concern ourselves too much with those just yet. Oh, plenty of time here. Oh, got a casualty, which is a shame. I'm going to just have to switch to area target because it keeps clicking off that. Out of sight, unfortunate. Shame, they keep disappearing, and then when they disappear, they I don't know how far away. Yeah, target. Ah, why don't we have a target light? How much HE have they got? Just I don't want to give them too much. Should be enough. We're short on the right flank with 5 Dorsets, but I've got to make sure that we can move forward in some sort of good order. Take these guys out quickly. Oh, that's a bit long. That's better. Hopefully that's clean those out. A bit too long. That'll do for you. Try them all. That'll do. That should have sorted that HQ out, which means that we can now move forward without tripping over whatever it is in there. I really need to come on guys, stop putting some fire into that. Keeps popping up. Just can't seem to. Cannot seem to nail this guy. I at least need to get him severely pinned so I can start moving the scouts forward. Or the scout detachment forward. What was that? Must have been 2-inch mortar rounds, but not done a huge amount of damage. But German infantry all over the place at the moment. What is this going to do? Is this going to engage anything? Come on, M10. Spotting. I think they have any 50 cal mounted, which is a shame. I mean, the scouts seem to be holding their own there in that fight. Back to the beginning and see what's going on. So we should be able to really start turning those out of positions, but we'll see how that goes. And let's where are these guys going? See, you know, it's running down the middle of the road there. That's not a wise thing to do. Stay on the right side of the road. This is why I wish sometimes that you could just get an order so, you know, just go in a straight line from A to B. I don't know why they've gone there. They really need to be in these trees. That's a better covered position than skulking around a hedgerow. That's pretty good. That's what I like to see. Hopefully these guys are actually gonna go where they needed to go. We need this section to get into. Where are they? We need this section to get in there. Don't like the idea of pushing too far. Mind you, we've kind of shot up. Turn, scout team, move. Quick. No, not on, just on this side. I'm gonna move this armour forward a bit, but these guys a bit of protection, but I want them in a position they can move up quickly. Can we hit that? No, we can't. It's a shame because I'd like to. Oh, did we just get something? We did. Oh no, we didn't. That's not the same as hitting the building. We target that as well, join in the pummeling of that building. That's going to be awkward because I want to hit that, but I just can't at the moment. Forward, because that's in fact, I'm not gonna, because that's not really a job for that to do. If I can click out of that. No, I'm gonna. That's gonna be its objective. That's its objective. And weaken spot. You're gonna just deal with that. Obviously that's not going to hit there, so there. I'm pretty tied up with this, but there's not an awful lot I can do. Let's see if I can add a bit of firepower to that, but it's not easy at the moment. Trying to get some infantry forward there. So I'm gonna land some big blows on that. Certainly not easy trying to figure out how to got to take care of this heavy machine before doing anything else. It's one hell of a fight going on there. Oh, we can't see that. Great. Oh, we can't see that either. Great. So that didn't quite work out a plan. Ah, there you go. Target. Still can't see anything that way either, which is a shame. Now, let's figure out clear target. Clear target. And let's just hunt forward. I think they will now be done. Time will tell on that one, but I just cannot seem to get rid of this guy. See if I can Still a lot of HE dropping around here, which is there's German infantry there as well, so I'm gonna have to get them quite bunched up here, but I don't really have a choice with this artillery fire falling around us. There he is. Let's go. See what happens with the scouts. Hopefully they're going to get forward and find the HQs all gone. That's it, don't need to fire anymore. Already fired plenty. They're not going to move forward, are they? No, don't think they are. Taking care of his wounded comrade, I think. But I could really use those moving forward and try to clear that position. You guys just stop moving. What is that falling over there? This is its own rounds falling on top of it. Let's start some lateral movement. Well, keep going the way you're going and figure it out from there. Well, it's kind of crazy. Looks like one fella with a K98K and it's only coming an entire platoon. Put some fire out, for heaven's sakes. That's a bit annoying. Really need to just put some fire onto that one single fella with a rifle. Concentrate on this for the time being. I'll take that central tower down. These guys are about to get in. On what's happening on this really troublesome central flank or centre. Yeah. That looks pretty good. That guy's a bit of a hero, standing there out in the open firing a brain gun. but it looks as though we've broken the back of this defence. What an absolute hero that guy was. Found the Bren from the shoulder there. But we're taking casualties too, I think. That's the thing. But I've got to just get into these houses and... But what a fight that's turned into. And we're getting some fire. Coming from the... sort of firing into that. What kind of windows does this central building have? None. I think that's... oh, there's one there. Is that going to give us anything at all? Let's get to this one. Face to the north than that one. Or is it the south? Yeah, facing south. Targeting his positions there. Come on guys, let's find a way to hit that. Struggling still to be able to hit half the things I really want to hit. So, try to target light. Well, you know, it's close enough. I feel like this should be able to hit somewhere. Not close enough, really. Let me get organised on this, so I know exactly where I am. These guys are getting forward pretty well. This can provide somewhat flank fire. And all these guys forward here. I need to get people into these buildings. Still can't hit that second building, which is a shame, but I need to take that down. These guys still got blast orders available. I'm just going to leave them there for the time being. HQ forward. Is there going to be any line of sight? It's important to get into this building anyway, but yeah, some foxholes behind here which are a worry. Can't hit those, which is a shame again. That's a real shame. I can't get into that. Is there any sort of visibility from there to there? I'm gonna have to approach this on two flanks, I think. It's a real shame. I mean, can I just look over this wall at all? What I can do switch it across a little bit. No, I don't like that. I think it's going to end up hitting the... It's going to end up hitting the building. Or the guys in the building, which is going to be a problem. But I really don't like the idea of just hitting that frontally. It's going to be a problem. Really, the point of these guys is just to keep moving. There's the HQ. He's moving forward and pushing in the direction of Eterville, but having said that, we can really pull these two across. Put in flanking fire as well. Can we do anything with these? Kinda sort. If that building was down and they can hit that, why can they hit that? That's weird. This is a 57mm. That is strange, I don't get that. It's a bit of a lottery at times whether you're going to get line of sight or not. I think it's about as good as it's going to get right now for that. Am I in a position now to bring these reserves forward? I believe I am. Gotta be aware of that tiger maybe hitting them from the flank as they move across. I want to just quick move them across. Where's the better to get them there a little tired than not get them there at all. Okay, we've got these infantry pinned down. And no matter what I can do, I can't induce that sniper to take that long range shot. Might be ambitious, but you know, Gotta give it a go. I'll get this HMG forward. But yeah, let's just really run that forward quick. Really struggling still to get this HQ knocked out, but come on, give me line of sight. I'll have to do. See if I can finally get these dealt with the casualties. So let's just see what we can do there. I've got a stand gun. There should not be any HQ left here. It's not outside the Tiger tank. I want to get these scouts forward so we can just see what we can get an idea of line of sight for that Tiger. Keep going. Not sure why they've stopped there. We're taking flank fire now. Great. Where are we taking flank fire from? Wow, that's... Come on. I need somebody to start engaging that guy. I mean that surely the M10 should be able to engage him there. That's a bit of a pain. But I've got to take those guys out of matter of urgency now. You'd think we'd be able to hit that, but why that M10 can't hit that, I don't know. The M10 here should be able to hit straight across there, but I'm maybe push it across a little bit. It's just a bit of a nightmare sometimes trying to figure out line of sight. Things that you'd kind of predict would work just don't work. 2 units here. Yeah, it is a bit frantic in this flank. This is where the real fight's going on. Okay, so we've really established ourselves really forward here. Now it's time for B Company to... It's B Company, isn't it? Yeah. We swing forward and... Okay. What's happening to these guys? We're getting some sort of suppression. ton of infantry popping up all over the place. I'm getting 5% there. Where are these guys going? Seems like a long-winded way around. It's more like an excursion than anything else. Hopefully I can just leave this Bren detachment here to keep pinned down. Infantry popping up. It must be pretty badly beaten up though. Okay, let's figure out where we are in all this mayhem. Okay, these two scout sections are pretty good, they're where they need to be. Which section was supposed to assault into the building? I don't know why they stopped short there. That's not where I want to go. Assault. Into there. And face south. Can we... Oh, I thought it would have been cheeky. Kubel wagon. Dead Kubel wagon. I don't know why they didn't complete that movement. And wondering about getting across this road. That's that's not the way to be on that. Alright, let's take off the pause. Hopefully that's going to deal with something from that. I don't think I need to really push. Well, I actually do now, for some reason. Can't hit that, which is a shame. That is one section, one section. Join back up with these guys here. Now there's clearly there's a huge fight going on here. At least we can hit these guys. The tricky thing is seeing. Cheers, this, yeah, 75mm. Clear target. Actually, gotta. Hell of a messy situation down there, but it is what it is. Not a lot I can do right now to bring these guys forward. I need to win some of these fights. Not as good as it's going to get, I think, in that direction. Just putting some fire down. And we have more. Yeah, there we are. So 2 IC. Let's get these people moved forward. And let's get these really fast moved. I don't want to tempt fate with the tiger sitting on that hill. These are going to become really. Is this another 56? No, it's 75mm. These are going to be coming in very useful. The last phase of the battle, hopefully. I'm not sure about these. I might use a second troop. The later part of the battle. I could really do with putting some fire down on these Germans in this. Now, do I think from there they're going to be able to hit those positions? I would have thought so. Whether that will turn out to be the case is anyone's guess, but see, I can't see that from there, and I just don't understand why not. I don't get why from there he can't see those, but those guys can see clear across the map. So the guys up here, I don't get that. I just don't get that. I really don't. I'm going to have to be a little bit more. I'm just taking so much flanking fire, and I do not have much faith in that M10 being able to get a shot on them. And otherwise they're just going to get chewed up from this flank, which is just not going to be any good at all anyway, so. In fact, no, I don't want to get that quite as... No, I don't want to get into a gap in the hedgerow. That's better. At least this way we've got some fighting chance of... Again, let's just get him into a position whereby we've got a chance of... We're getting too hung up on this HQ here. I need to clear this. That's a lot of orders again. So you just can still see the HQ, but I want to get them a bit further forward to where is that landing? Oh, it's kind of harmless. That looks as though we've done it. I do want to get these scouts forward so that we, as I said before, so I can start to establish where I need to move these M10s in order to take that tiger out. As this is progressing and we're moving forward here. Just it's difficult when you start getting flanking fire, and it's just it's become so difficult to find a position to fire by and deal with them. You've got the firepower, but it's just finding positions where you're going to get line of sight. And many times you're looking at it, you're thinking, well, why can't I get line of sight from there? Oh, great! Now we're getting fire from running into artillery fire again. Hopefully, we're not going to get into line of sight with that tank for the tiger. But I've got to deal with that HQ. I just have to deal with the HQ, and I just can't seem to see we're taking more and more casualties. Don't go to ground in the middle of an open field. For heaven's sakes. We're just taking so many heavy casualties. And I don't know how much stuff we're thrown at this HQ, and we just cannot deal with it. And that is really annoying. I'm moving this M10 back, and I know for a fact I'm not going to get a line of sight. But, right, problems coming up there. I just know I'm not going to end up with line of sight, even though it should be able to hit that. But then it can fire clear across the map. Come on, turn round. That is not looking good again. Tank issues there. Nothing's going to happen there, I don't think. Let's see what happens here. Assault and infantry should already have been in this building while it stopped. Flanking German positions. HMG still hitting. Could be a HMG. So much stuff going on here. Trench here. HMG keeps popping up. Is that a second HMG? Yeah. Taking something from the right on that one. What's that? Where's that taking fire from? It's just rifle fire. I fire rifle fire against it all day long. I'm not worried about rifle fire from that. And I doubt I've got line of sight here. Oh, I don't know. Certainly put some heavy duty stuff on these guys. How much HQ have we got left? We've got plenty. Yeah, there's no line of sight that way. Scan that start from the left and work right so we don't get confused. Or any more confused than we already are. Still can't hit that. Still can't hit that. Ugh. Yeah, they're working that over. I was still taking the time getting into that, which is really disappointing. These guys are going to, yeah, they're already moving across. Start putting some fire into that. Which have we got left? Why can't we see that? Oh great, we can hit that finally. I clear that target. There's the HQ tank for this one too. Oh, that is the HQ tank. Where's the other one? Oh, I'm confused here. Oh yeah, I see what I've done. Yeah, there's one across there. So, again, intense fight. Let's see if we've gotten anywhere with this. You'd think, wouldn't you? But no. I just don't understand that. Why is that getting blocked line of sight? I don't get it. That's kind of... I'm not pushing that across open ground with that. I don't understand how that... Or those guys can shoot clear across the map, and yet I can't hit them from there. I just don't get that. That's not making my life any easier. For heaven's sakes, let's nail this guy. I can't... Again, I'm kind of... don't know what on earth this support fire keeps coming from. I'm really... That's turned a bit of a hopeless fight, that, because we keep getting fire from the flanks and I can't shut the flanking fire down. Gonna... Come on, let me click that. Move, hunt. Oh, I'd love to get somewhere with these guys, but unless I'm standing on top of them, I just can't see how I'm going to do it. Come on. Look at that tiny white thing. Are we going to get a shot here on these? I feel I'm gonna have to almost roll right up to that. What is this? Nice if we could get some information on what actually it was. Why can I not take this? Why can I not take this fella out here? This guy is so infuriating, I just cannot get rid of him. This guy's a superhero, I can't shift him. Somebody kill this guy. Looks some sort of observer. Is that? Looks like a different guy's done before. MP40. Shouldn't be quite so effective over those sorts of distances. See, there's two of them now. But I just don't know why we can't seem to. We've thrown so much at it from a whole platoon, but this one HQ team is just holding us completely up. Yeah, it's just really infuriating. I can't seem to shift it. Okay. Seriously, there's not an awful lot more I can do at the moment. Holding on to these guys, still got a blast charge, I hope. Let's see, this one. I'm a bit further forward than that. Be able to take casualties big time. Shoot from what? Casualties from. Where did those guys take casualties from? Sure that was. It's like a tank fire or something. Well, that was. Whatever it wasn't pleasant. Oh, that's unfortunate. No, I'm not. I'm not going to leave those on that. Doesn't look like there's anything in there, but I don't know if I know what's going on. This is where it gets a bit problematic. Like these guys, these are on this flank too. Yeah. If they're all up here, I don't think they're going to be able to see anything, unfortunately. How do you think they can see right up to there, so... I'm going to be able to open some flank shots. That's a risk, but... Still plenty of time. There's still lots of HE. Really want to take this tower down. It might be overkill, but... Just make sure all of these are working things over and absolutely doing their best to engage whatever targets are popping up. Let's go in a target light. Hold on that flank. Oh, I just desperate to get rid of this dreaded... Come on, you can hit that surely. Oh, come on. Somebody's got to be able to hit that. If he can hit us, we can hit that, surely. Apparently not. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to deploy. I think it's already deploy, yeah. For heaven's sakes, just destroy that HQ. That thing is rocket powered, we just cannot. inching these forward. Hopefully I just need one good shot to take that out, but that's not quite there yet. We're getting really harassed here by this artillery fire. Not all that accurate, but there's a lot of it. A lot of fire coming into this area. And just see how that works out for it. Hopefully that HMG now is going to make the difference. Now that we can move it up without getting clobbered by the artillery. Do it really taking down that line of infantry in the centre of the map. Wow, just that. That is intense. What are those two vehicle contacts there? Hopefully that's just going to be small arms fire. Oh, it doesn't like that. Casualty. I thought that was close up anyway. I was not taking casualties, it was closing up. Let's start back. Oh, is that taking a... Oh, that one is open. That's unfortunate. I can't remember opening that up. Should have paid more attention to that. I think the guy would get out of the way. Something firing down that road. There's lots of vehicle contacts popping up. This is still combat effective. but still struggling on line of sight again. So that's a 57mm one. So yeah, that is. There's something firing down that road which worries me. Why is that reversing? There's absolutely no reason for it reversing. I'll be a little bit cautious here, but I've got to get it. No, there's no point being cautious with that. I've got a feeling that there's something up there that shouldn't be up there. What kind of line of sight do we have here? Church here we got again plenty. So let's start smacking that building there. Gotta start getting this platoon flanking the Germans. So I'm expecting the issues. Look at that spot. No line of sight, but they can see that. Route 22 there, I don't want to get any closer than that. I'll bring these guys forward, but got to work these guys down a bit more before I can get up to taking on Eterville Church. So these infantry in the centre, I could do with taking those out as well, because they tend to be threatening the flanks for some reason. I might have set these up for target light, but obviously that's not possible. Just smite this sort of area with HE. Don't think they can reach out for this. Wouldn't mind gambling with some of that if I could get HE target light, but there's no 50 cal option available apparently. Really struggling here. And I've got to take these guys out, but I can't seem to. It's going to be a real battle of attrition there. Starting to get to a position where I can spot things out. Creeping these guys forward all the time, just trying to. These guys are opened, aren't they? No, they're not. They should have been. Not sure why they're not. Opening them up just hopefully will give them a little bit of the drop on the Tiger. Oh no. What the hell is that? Upper rear hull turret hit? What? That's, yeah, that's not good. What's going on here? What am I getting hit from the rear from? What? Sounds like the Tiger shooting. What the heck is going on? Is this the Tiger shooting? That does sound like it. What the heck is going on? Is he shooting at these? Or is that shooting? What the heck was that? That's is it something to do with the Tiger? I think it's just the M10's firing, but did that do anything? Why am I getting upper rear hull hits? Why am I getting upper rear hull? Okay, that's kind of baffling. I'm gonna have to close those back up again, but don't know what they're getting rear hits from. Must be kind of speculative shots from infantry. Oh, the Tiger's been well behaved. Don't want some of those guys getting pinned. The last thing I need is for those HMG guys getting pinned. Just want them to keep these guys pinned down while moving infantry forward. Why are they taking casualties? Kind of losing hope that we're going to get forward on this, on the right. I think the 5th Dorsets are pretty much done. I'm not at all hopeful of anything good coming out of that. I can swing that Churchill mob around, but I'm just wary of that. Wary of that Tiger. Okay, this should be about to get really messy here. I'm taking a bit of a gamble pushing this tank forward, but I don't want the infantry to be trying to do too much. Yay! That's what I like to see. There's a lot of smoke which actually works to my advantage. It screens this Churchill. I don't know what the smoke is. So yeah, this is one heck of a fight going on here. You just look at how much smoke's been kicked up.